huge. Peak once successful, my final tip. So the first step in unlocking the mirror is to turn away from it. So my depiction here, right? This is kind of how I see it for myself. This is how my reality functions. Is I don't look at the mirror. I mean, once in a while I'll peek and I'll be like, damn, this is really working, right? I'm really fulfilled. I feel like I have everything that I want. If you were to ask me, do you feel you're lacking any of these things, Renee? I'd be like, hell no, I'm not. I'm getting everything that I want, right? I've got an amazing romantic relationship. I've got money. I have a ton of fun and adventure and freedom in my life. I have all these things, but I didn't always have all these things because I was turning my gaze towards the mirror and looking and trying to anticipate when it would show up, or trying to use inner intention to make it show up. First thing I had to do was turn away. So what does that mean exactly, turning away from the mirror? Stop being preoccupied with what it is you are feeling like you're lacking in your life and your reality. This is where so many people get frozen. So the same people that message me and say, oh, I've been wanting love, I've been wanting a romantic partner, I've been struggling with money. This has been a long time, right? I don't get very many messages where people were like, hey, I once had a bunch of money and a bunch of love and then it went away. Right? It's usually that whatever a person is feeling as though they're lacking, that this has been their whole life. So really what's happened is you've become frozen looking into the mirror without making the movements, again, brushing your hair so you can see that image in the mirror. So first, turn away from the mirror. Forget about whatever it is that you want. And when I say forget, I don't mean put it out of your mind entirely, but you're going to forget about wanting to see it pop up in your external reality and start living whatever it is that you want in your internal reality. Okay, so establish what it is you want and why you want it. And I teach this in both my money course and my Becoming Magnetic course. This is a really powerful tool to getting more love or getting more money, is when you establish exactly what it is you want, and then you ask yourself why you want it. Then you can go about starting to tap into that state of being, and I put it here, find ways to tap into that state of being now. You can find ways to tap into that state of being right now. So what that means, let's talk about money first. So struggling with money, don't have an income stream that's acceptable, you want money, you feel broke, you feel as though you don't have freedom or adventure, because if you had more money, you'd have those, but right now you feel as though your lack of money is like hindering you from experiencing the version of reality that you desire. So when I asked myself, okay, what is it that you want, Renee, when in regards to money, and why exactly do you want it? Okay, so I want to have multiple income streams. So if one of them sort of cuts off, I can make money doing the other thing. And I want this because I want to feel free with my time. And I want to feel as though I'm light, right? I don't have a ton of financial burden. I can move around, do what I want, experience the reality that I want financially, and not always feel so hard pressed. Have money in the bank, have no debt, all those sorts of things. So what I did was, again, I don't look to my mirror to say, give me more money. I start putting myself into that state of being, into that position as much as I can right now. So what that meant for me was I freed myself up from some financial burdens. I could do that right now. No more car payments. I used to drive a super fancy BMW. My car payment was $1,000 a month. Okay, so you want more money because you want to feel free and not so hindered and hard pressed. Well, then get rid of things that are making you feel like that, right? So get rid of the car payment. Then I paid off some debt. Then I got myself into a house. I paid a big chunk of money down on my house. And all of a sudden, I started to feel a lot wealthier, right? Even just in steps that I had the ability to take that weren't necessarily about more money coming into me, but more about me tapping in to certain attributes that I felt the wealth was going to create for me. So when I did that, I started to feel wealthier. I started to tell myself, I'm wealthy, you have no debt, you don't have a car payment, you have a big chunk of your mortgage paid, you've got a low mortgage, you have, money in the bank. And as I started to take those initial steps and grow that stuff that I could in those frames, sure enough, I started to access higher and more income streams, right? But it wasn't about me looking for those income streams. It was about me freeing up certain parts of my financial reality so I could start feeling wealth in the times that, in the moment, and actually start attracting more wealth because I felt wealthy, right? And this is extremely powerful, and it works, and anyone can do this, even if it's just starting to really pay attention to what you have in your life and allowing those parts of your reality to help you feel wealthy. The wealthier you feel, the more you tell yourself you're wealthy and turn away from the mirror, the more that this money energy is going to come in your direction because you're magnetizing it. You feel it. You are experiencing the law of attraction. This is really what it's about. Same with love, right? So I was struggling for a lot of years with my romantic situations. I kept, getting duds and me losing interest quickly, and nothing was really working out, and a lot of heartbreak and tumult and all kinds of stuff. And then I realized at a certain point, turn away from the mirror. And this is when I played my negative slide of defeat. And I have, a number of videos where I talk about this, where a few years ago, before I met the partner that I have now, we're celebrating 3 years together this month, I decided to call it quits on romance. You know what? I'm going to give it up. I'm going to give it up. I'm going to accept a life of solitude, and I am going to dive in to learning and really just immersing myself, learning how to self-love, immersing myself in self-love, and I'm going to forget entirely about finding a partner. This is huge. So many people that don't have the love that they want in their life are just staring directly into the mirror. I was one of them. When is he coming? When is it going to happen? When is it going to happen? And it really just took me turning away, looking away from it entirely, dropping the issue, playing the negative slide of defeat. I'm going to live a life as a solitude person, and you know what? I'm going to totally be okay with that. And sure enough, as soon as I accepted this reality and started to fill up my own self-love inside, I connected with the best person that I could ever have imagined connecting with, beyond my expectations, beyond everything if you asked me to draw out a perfect person, he's even better than all of that stuff. So it works. It absolutely works. So turn away, establish what you want and why you want it, find ways to tap that state of being now, give to get. Okay, this is a huge one. This is so big. I get so many people messaging me that want me to give them something, give them discounts on courses or discounts on something or free books or discounts on training or, people asking me for things. And I'm like, a lot of times, and I tell a story of this happening in my Mo Money course, somebody saying, hey, you should put all your videos on podcasts. I would really, really like that. And I'm like, okay, cool. Could you help with that? Could you help with that? Oh no, sorry, I can't help with that. So this is people that are constantly looking to take, right? And when you're asking for things consistently and not giving into the energy of giving, holding back giving and asking and taking, this is when you get yourself into a position where you lack a lot in your reality. And I know the same people that have asked me for things or are consistently asking me for things are people that are struggling with money and love and all sorts of other imbalances in their reality. So to get, you truly have to give. And when I say give, watch my video on giving the right way versus giving the wrong way. I'll put a link below. This is really, really, really valuable in giving to get, because most people think when I say give to get, to just kind of give until, there's nothing left. Oh, I just give and give and give and people just take advantage of me. No. It's not like that. You give what is easy for you to give. You give what feels good for you to give. You give what feels like you benefit just from the giving, right? Just from the giving. This is what will satiate you to the extent where you can keep giving and you don't have to turn back and look at the mirror and say, am I getting it? Am I getting it? You don't do that. So like me with transurfing, I can give and give and give and give and give because it feels really good for me to give. That's my benefit. Everything that I get in return is all just icing on the cake. The benefit comes from me giving this energy and it feeling so fucking good just to give the energy, right? Just to give the energy feels so good that I don't have to turn back and look at the mirror and say, when am I going to get this stuff? I've been given so much. When am I going to get, right? So if you are doing the give me, I want, I need, taking, you are going to experience your reality, your mirror, doing that exact same action back at you. Maybe you're losing money a lot. Maybe, it's a revolving door romantically. Maybe there's other things that are happening in your life and you're like, why is this happening? Why is this happening to me? Well, why it's happening is because your mirror's fucked up, because your actions, your beliefs, your energy coming from you is in need of a little fine tuning, right? So give to get, again, watch the video, giving the right way versus giving the wrong way. This is huge, 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 huge. Peak once successful, my final tip. So once in a while, I'll let myself sort of bask in the glory of what I've made for myself. I'll be like, okay, this is pretty bitchin'. I've got tons of jewelry and I've got a good relationship and I've got money in the bank and I've got freedom and I've got fun and I've got adventure and I've got purpose and I've got all this stuff. And once in a while, I'll look at my life and be like, oh my God, this is awesome. I can't believe I actually did it, right? I can't believe I actually did it. But after I have my little momentary, burst of pleasure and enjoyment from looking at what it is I've created, I stop. Because if I don't stop, I put too much importance and build excess potential on that stuff, and balancing forces will most certainly come in and take those things away, or at least throw them off balance, right? Maybe I'll get some stupid bill in the mail that I wasn't expecting and being like, God damn it. So I don't like to look for too long. I look and then I get back to living in my state of being of love, living in a state of being wealthy, living in a state of being of feeling free and adventurous and fun and purposeful and all that stuff. And I work those things internally so that mirror continues to give back to me exactly what it is that I am gaining in abundance, and it's amazing. But again, it really comes down to turning away from the mirror, turning that focus inward, and figuring out your ways that you can feel those things right now. And again, I teach a lot of this stuff in my Becoming Magnetic and Mo Money course because it's the most powerful part of creating your own reality when it comes to getting the things that we desire as human beings. This is really, really where it's at. And again, you can do it other ways, but the benefits may not be long lasting. You know, you might have times when you're getting, times when you're not. And the best way to just keep consistent money energy, love energy, energy of whatever it is you want coming back in your direction, it's continuously fueling that energy internally and keeping that fire going so your mirror responds back to you with more of the same. It's pretty basic once you get the hang of it. It's kind of like riding a bike, right? So let me know your thoughts on this one, everybody. I'm curious to hear your thinking on it and what part of your mirror is messed up. How could you apply some of this stuff or start doing some of this stuff today to get more of that energy circulating within and present that to your mirror with the idea that your mirror will eventually, and remember the mirror responds with a delay, it's not instant, that's why we turn away from the mirror, but what can you do today to get your mirror eventually responding to you with more of what you want, because that's what it's all about. Thank you so much for watching my video and have a good day, guys. Bye.